Now, 6:30 on WKYT this morning, why police say a man who was shot overnight in Lexington is likely to be the one who's facing charges.
And state arson investigators headed to the scene of a large business fire in southern Kentucky that is still burning this morning.
And there's a lot of buzz about a Kentucky restaurant that is going local in a whole new way. A lot of buzz about that this morning.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Welcome back into WKYT This Morning. If you're just joining us, there's also been a deadly train derailment. It involves an Amtrak train. Now 6 people dead.
Yeah, they're saying this is in Pennsylvania. It was on its way to New York City, and that, death toll has climbed up from 5 to 6 within the last 20 minutes, according to CBS New York and the AP. So
we'll get you up to date here in just a little bit. Bill Bryant and Rebecca Smith with the latest news this morning, and weather is cool.
You will need maybe a light jacket or a little sweater to cover yourself up.
Yeah, I think you will, especially those kids going out the door, sitting there waiting on that bus to come by and swing by and pick them up. Yeah, you might have to throw a little sweater on them before they step out the doors. It's 45 degrees, and that's really chilly for this time of year, well below average. And it looks like Frankfort coming in at 45 degrees. Now, the bus stop forecast is going to be on the chilly side. Cool morning in store, but by the afternoon, you're talking upper 60s, lower 70s. So the only difference from today and yesterday really is the morning temperature. Afternoon, it looks just the same. It will feel just the same. But it's after that there's really the focus of the forecast, and that is when temperatures start to soar, and also that means some rain on the way. Show you how that will affect your weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Let's get right to the news.
Well, new this morning, a man is in the hospital after being shot while breaking into a home.
This happened about midnight on Winburn Drive. Lexington police say someone inside the apartment shot the man as he was trying to get in. By the way, there were children sleeping there inside at the time. WKYT's Mark Barber is live at UK Hospital, where the suspect is recovering. He's joining us. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Bill. Police say that when the man is released from UK Hospital, he will most likely be charged with burglary. Investigators tell me that the man was shot twice by a woman after he broke into her apartment. Now, police say that the shooting happened on Winburn Drive around midnight after the man forced his way through a back door of an apartment. Police tell us 2 children were sleeping inside. We're told 2 women were also home, and one of them fired several times, hitting the man twice. We're told he was shot once in the leg. He was taken to UK Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say they don't think the people who live in that apartment were mixed up in anything criminal, so investigators tell us they are still trying to figure out why the man targeted their apartment.
I think there's obviously more to the story, but again, we're still very early in the investigation, so we're trying to put all those pieces together, determine what led to his actions.
Police say they are interviewing the woman who shot him. I'm told she's not facing any charges. However, police say several charges are pending, including burglary for that intruder. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you very much. WKYT now covering this developing news this morning out of Philadelphia. Emergency crews and investigators are combing through the wreckage of an Amtrak train that has derailed.
Awful scene here. At least 5 people. At this point, it has been upticked to 6 people killed, dozens more injured. The train was going from Washington, D.C. That's where it originated. It was on its way to New York City last night when all 7 of its cars derailed. Many were able to crawl out to safety before turning to help others who were trapped.
I helped my mom get off. That was my first priority. And luckily, I'm still here. I'm still walking. I got really lucky, and so I figured I would do my best to help because I saw everyone. I could see the blood on people's faces. They can't move, and their knees were out. I'm still it kind of still feels like a dream. How could this happen?
All Amtrak service on the Northeast line between New York and Philadelphia has been suspended. The National Transportation Safety Board will be on scene this morning investigating this tragic scene out there on one of the busiest rail lines, that being the Northeast Corridor. Well, new this morning, a woman is accused of exploiting a person who she was hired to care for. Lexington police say Casey Janov racked up $5,000 on the victim's credit card. They say the privately paid caregiver then sold those items for cash at pawn shops. Janov is charged with exploitation of an adult.
And state investigators say they have found some disturbing things at a Knox County daycare that is at the center of an abuse case. Last week, Tracy Four, the owner of Rainbows and Lollipops Learning Academy, entered an offered plea for a misdemeanor abuse charge. That means she does not admit guilt. She was sentenced to probation. Investigators say she sat on a 2-year-old last month. Both police and the child's family were upset that the case was resolved so quickly and quietly. State inspectors now say they were looking into the daycare before the abuse case. They claim Four punished children by withholding food. Inspectors also claim the same 2-year-old from the abuse case was found with raw skin because of a soiled diaper and clothing. We have some new details this morning about a large fire still burning at a southern Kentucky business.
J&J pallet still burning this morning on Highway 70, not too far from Eubank on the Lincoln-Pulaski County line. Victor Puente is at our live desk with the latest on the investigation into this fire.
The morning checking with the Lincoln County Fire Department to see how much progress they've made on this fire. They tell us there isn't much they can do now other than let it burn. The fire started around 6 p.m. J&J pallet. Fire departments from Lincoln and Pulaski County helped fight the fire well into the morning. They've called in the Division of Forestry to bring out a bulldozer to push everything that was on fire closer together. People living nearby say the flames were hundreds of feet into the air and they were worried about it spreading. Firefighters tell us they had problems getting water to the fire because there are no hydrants nearby, so they had to haul water to the scene in tanker trucks from Eubank. They aren't sure which part of the building it started in. Now, Lincoln County's fire chief tells us fire investigators are still trying to find the cause, but so far they don't know how it started. Kentucky State Police will be assisting with the investigation when they return to the scene this morning. At the live desk, Victor Puente, WKYT.
All right, Victor, thank you very much. And state police are investigating a deadly crash in Madison County. It happened yesterday on Jacks Creek Road near Boone Way. That's just north of Richmond. State police tell us 2 cars were involved in that crash. A woman riding in one of the cars was killed. Her name has not been released yet. Police say a man was flown to UK Hospital and 3 other people were taken to the hospital by ambulance.
Well, more than 2 years later, and now 2 men are charged in the deaths of a Perry County mother and daughter. Police say Sandra and Susie Melton were shot before at their home was set on fire in January of 2013. 32-year-old Matthew Minks is charged with murder. 30-year-old Ronnie Everidge is charged with complicity to commit murder. From jail, Everidge apologized to the Melton family.
You know, I pray to God that I get the death penalty for this because I feel that's what I deserve. I don't deserve life in prison. I deserve the death penalty.
Police say they originally arrested Everidge Monday for a robbery, but while talking to him about that, that's the process that they actually say that he admitted his role in the murders. Well, there's less than a week until the Kentucky primary. It looks like the race for governor on the Republican side may be a close one.
It certainly could be. It's coming up next Tuesday. The latest WKYT Herald Leader Bluegrass poll shows Matt Bevin, James Comer, and Hal Heiner all within 2 points of each other, a statistical tie. 14% of likely voters polled are still undecided. You see former Supreme Court Justice Will T. Scott trailing there at 8%. Now, on the Democratic side, Jack Conway is way ahead, but how does Conway match up with his potential Republican opponents in the fall? We have those full results for you at our website, WKYT.com. A WKYT investigation has found some Kentucky coroners are not up to date on their state-required training. Records from the Department of Criminal Justice Training says that 8 coroners in Kentucky have expired certifications. According to state law, a certified coroner must complete both the basic 40-hour training course for new coroners and the 16-hour in-service course required every year after that.
They're called out to make a death investigation, and they're not certified to make that death investigation, then that opens an entire gambit of things that can happen that are not good. None of them are good.
You can see a list of the coroners who have expired certifications at WKYT.com.
Well, for the first time in state history, Kentucky collected more than $1 billion in state taxes and fees in April. The state budget director predicted Kentucky will end the budget year with a $46 million surplus. Last year, the state had a $90 million shortfall. The state's general fund is made up mostly of state income and sales taxes. Kentucky's road fund, however, will likely have an $11 million shortfall. Gas tax revenues dropped nearly 13% in April. The Federal Emergency Management Agency is opening disaster recovery centers in Franklin and Rowan counties this week. Specialists from FEMA and the U.S. Small Business Administration will be available to provide information to Kentuckians who were affected by storms, tornadoes, flooding, landslides, and mudslides last month. The Franklin County Center is at Kentucky State University. The Rowan County Center is at the Moorhead City Administration Building. FEMA teams are also canvassing affected areas, so getting some much needed relief for some of those spots that we really did have a tough winter and wet spring.
Seems so long ago now, doesn't it?
It does seem like a long time ago, especially when you look at all that snow.
Oh, it was tough for a while. 6:40 the time on WKYT this morning.
A restaurant chain has a unique way to add local products to its menu while helping out the environment.
It's very interesting. A beekeeper installed a beehive on the roof of the Bristol Bar and Grill in Louisville. There are roughly 50,000 bees in the hive. Don't worry, though, they shouldn't bother the diners there.
It's very safe, yes. So, you know, there might be bees in this tree across the street that we just don't know about. So we're just putting them in a box and putting them up there so they can take advantage of the flowers and the trees. So it'll be really good for the bees, good for the environment, good for Bristol, good for me.
All right, those bees are expected to produce about 60 pounds of honey each year. Some of that will be used in recipes at the Bristol, and some will be available for customers to buy.
Very interesting, and they say that local honey, you may want to listen to this one, Micah, is good for those allergies, so it helps to kind of stave off, they say, the effects of all this pollen. We've got really high levels of grass, especially right now.
So many people looking for some relief, you know, in any way.
Definitely.
So maybe honey will do the trick. We're coming up on 6:42 here on your Wednesday on WKYT.
Let's see how traffic is moving right now this morning.
Here's Officer Don checking on live drive traffic. Good morning, Don.
Good morning. Inbound Leestown at Forbes. Okay, get the Micah Harris going here. Inbound Leestown at Forbes, there's a non-injury crash. It has one lane blocked. If you plan to be on the inner and outer loops of the circle, should be okay this morning. Nothing major happening there. As we get a live look at Broadway and High, where it's quiet in that area. On our Waze map, live drivers on the way in on the interstate, on the circle, also in Man o' War, reporting one click through most of the major intersections. That includes Tate's Creek and Man o' War, and also inbound Nicholasville Road. Now back to you in the studio.
All right, Micah, feeling like a rose bush over there being picked on today. So there you go. Good to have you along on WKYT on your Wednesday. It's Hump Day. More news on the way.
Up next, you'll never guess what's inside these drawers, what the new owner will do with the findings. Up next.
The voice is getting better. It's not good, but it's better. Another nice day in store. Pollen counts going down in the days to come, but the temperatures will start to rise in the days to come too. And that means one thing, little rain toward the weekend. How will that affect your events? I'll have that coming up next.